Hello students, so today in this video we will be continuing the chapter microorganisms of class 8. I already uploaded the part 1 and part 2 of this chapter. I will upload the links of those chapters in the description box below. So let's continue with this chapter in the part 3. So topic that we're gonna discuss today in this video is diseases caused by microorganisms. I already told you that the microorganisms, if they can be friendly with us, they can also be harmful to us. So if they are harmful microorganisms, then harmful microorganisms are known as pathogens. So this term is very important from the examination point of view. It's been asked in exams that define pathogens. Then what are pathogens? Pathogens are the disease causing microorganisms. So the different diseases that can be caused by the effect of the microorganisms are: it can be cholera, it can be TB, it can be typhoid, it can be common cold, it can be AIDS also. So these are the some types of diseases which are caused by the microorganisms. And chickenpox and smallpox also. Fine. So these are some examples of the diseases which are caused by the microorganism. So the transmission of these microorganisms from one person to another person, it can happen by the various agents. It can happen because of the air, because of the food that we shared, and there can be the many more carriers which I'm going to discuss in this video one by one. So if I take an example of this disease which is common cold. This common cold, the symptoms of the common cold are sneezing and coughing. So when the infected person who is infected with this common cold disease, when it sneezes or coughs in the air, then the droplets of the air contains that bacteria which is causing this common cold, or the virus which is causing this common cold. Actually, common cold is actually a viral disease. It is actually a viral disease. So the virus of the common cold, which is in the air because of the droplets of the sneeze or cough of the infected people. So when we come in contact with that people, we also get infected by the common cold disease. So this is what? This is a viral disease. So here you see that this disease, common cold, is commute from infected people to a healthy people. So the diseases which are communicable diseases, they are those diseases which can easily commute from an infected person to a healthy person. And the common cold disease is a kind of a viral disease. I already explained you a topic on antibiotics. So please mark this very important, that antibiotics are preferred to work against bacterial infections. No antibiotic can fight against any of the viral disease or the virus. Okay? So if you are having any of the viral disease, or if you are infected by any of the virus, then no antibiotic will work against it, because antibiotics are designed such a way that they are acting only onto the bacterial infection only. So now next I will take a term that is communicable diseases. that is communicable diseases. So what are communicable diseases? Communicable diseases are those which can commute from an infected person to a healthy person by the various agents. That agents can be air, water or food or any of the carrier. Okay. So these communicable diseases spreads in many ways. For example, first is air. Okay. Second is physical contact. Physical contact means sharing towel, bed. Okay. And third is by sharing food, by sharing water. So these are the few means by which the communicable diseases can transfer from an infected person to a healthy person. There are many other carriers also, like insects. For example, flies, mosquitoes. So these are also the carriers of the diseases. They can transmit the disease from an infected person to a healthy person. So the question that can be asked in the examination is this: what are the modes of transmission of the communicable diseases from the infected person to the healthy person? So these are the some points that you can add in your answer. So now if the question comes like, what are the preventions that should be taken to stop the communicable diseases transmitting from the infected person to the healthy person? So what are the preventions that should be taken? Preventions to stop the communicable disease to commute from infected person to healthy person. So first, you should cover your mouth and nose while sneezing or coughing. Second is stop sharing food. Third is stop sharing water. Fourth point is use sanitized syringes or injections. Have vaccines if they are available to prevent the disease. So vaccines are also be effective to prevent the communication of these diseases. And also we should use fly trapper or fly catcher to stop the diseases caused by the house flies, and also use mosquito repellents by stepping out of the house. Okay, you can use also mosquito net while sleeping at the night. So these are the some ways in which you can prevent the communication of communicable diseases. So I have highlighting these points now. Houseflies and the mosquitoes, they are the carrier of the disease. Houseflies. So how the houseflies act as carriers of diseases? What houseflies like make? Just give an example. Look like this. So make this is a some housefly. Okay, let's suppose this is a house fly. So house fly legs has some sticky hair on it. The legs of the house fly are very sticky. They have hairs on it. Okay, so when this house fly sits on a pile of garbage, which consists of many of the bacteria, many of the pathogens, many of the disease causing microorganisms. So when this housefly sits on this garbage, so the disease causing microorganism sticks to its hairy and sticky legs. And when it flies and sits on the food that we are eating, it leaves the disease causing microorganisms on the food also. And when we eat that food, we get infected. So this is the way they are carrying the microorganism or the disease causing microorganism on their body, and they are infecting the healthy person in this way, but they themselves, the houseflies themselves, are not getting infected. Fine. So houseflies are just the carriers of the diseases. In this way, the houseflies are just the carriers of the diseases. They are only carrying the disease causing microorganism. Fine. So how we can prevent the houseflies to stop carrying the disease to our house is this: we should cover our food. We should stop eating roadside. And third point you can add, we should proper hygiene during cooking. So these are the some methods in which you can prevent the house flies to carry the disease to your home. So the next carrier, okay, before that I would like to tell you that what are the diseases that the houseflies can carry along with the microorganisms that they are carrying with themselves. What diseases they can cause. The examples of those diseases are the cholera, TB, typhoid, and diarrhea. Okay, so these are the diseases which are caused by the houseflies. So the second carrier of the diseases is the mosquitoes. So the second carrier of disease is mosquitoes. And the disease caused by the mosquitoes is mainly the malaria, and second is the dengue. Fine. So how mosquitoes act as a carrier of the diseases is, let's suppose there is a person who is infected with malaria, and I already told you that malaria is caused by the microorganism known as Plasmodium. So this infected people already has Plasmodium in its bloodstream. So when the mosquito stings the blood of this person, and after that this mosquito flies and stings the blood of a healthy person, then it injects the microorganism Plasmodium, which is malaria causing microorganism. It injects this microorganism into the bloodstream of healthy person along with its saliva. So this way the healthy person also gets infected by malaria by the bite of mosquito. So first mosquito bite a infected person, and then it sits and bites the healthy person. In this way it transmits the Plasmodium microorganism from the infected person to the healthy person, and likewise the healthy person also get infected by malaria. So this is the way the mosquitoes are acting as a carrier of the diseases. Now there is a specific name of the mosquito who is carrying the malarial parasite or the Plasmodium. So the name of that mosquito is female Anopheles. So the name of the mosquito is female Anopheles, not male Anopheles. It is the female Anopheles who always sucks the blood and carries the disease causing microorganisms and infect the person, healthy person, with the malaria. So the name of the carrier who causes the malaria is the female Anopheles. And dengue is caused by the mosquito, and the name of that mosquito is female Aedes. Okay, no male Aedes or no male Anopheles or no male Aedes causes dengue or malaria. It's always the female Anopheles and the female Aedes. Female Anopheles causes malaria and female Aedes causes dengue. So what is the basic? Why only female is causing, or why only female is sucking the blood? Because female needs some more energy, because female has to lay eggs. So that's why for more energy she always sucks the blood. Male mosquitoes or the male Anopheles and the male Aedes, they never sucks the blood. It's always the female. Okay. And how can we prevent the mosquitoes? Very easy question. So the answer to this question is we should use the mosquito nets, we should use the mosquito repellents, and likewise we can use the Odomos or all out mosquito repellents to prevent the entry of mosquitoes. Okay. So the next topic in this is, so these are the diseases which are caused in the human beings. So the next topic we are taking is this, the diseases caused in animals. Next topic is diseases caused in animals. So likewise, the human beings are infected by the diseases which are caused by microorganisms. The animals also get infected by the diseases. So the examples of those diseases are foot and mouth disease, and the next example is anthrax. So these are the two diseases which are caused by microorganisms, and both diseases are caused in cattle. So this disease is caused by virus, and this disease is caused by bacteria. There is one more disease, and the name of that disease is Aspergillus. And this disease is caused in birds. Fine. So these are some diseases of the animals: foot and mouth disease, anthrax disease, and Aspergillus. So next we are taking the diseases caused in plants. This is very important topic. Diseases caused in animals and diseases caused in plants. So the examples are citrus canker, yellow vein mosaic of okra. Fine. So these are the examples, and one more disease, and the name of that disease is its name is rust of wheat. 1, 2, 3. So these are the three diseases which are caused in plants. The rust of wheat disease is caused by fungus. Fine. So make it very important, or mark it very important. And the next disease, which is citrus canker, this is caused by bacteria. And the disease yellow vein mosaic of okra or bhindi, this disease is caused by virus. And this is very important topic. from the examination point of view, this question is being asked in exams like citrus canker is a disease in plants and this disease is caused by dash microorganism. Then the answer to this question is bacteria. So you need to remember that citrus canker is caused by bacteria, yellow wing mosaic of bhindi or okra is caused by virus, and the rust of wheat is caused by fungus. So today we discuss about the disease causing microorganisms and what are the diseases that are caused by microorganisms in animals, in plants and in human beings.